Speaking of people that are completely bachelor, and I think Trey's a bachelor. At least he acts like one.
Oh boy.
Well, not in his personal life, but I talked to him. The guy's swarthy. You know, he's kind
Very
of
much
badass.
so. He's debonair. He's good looking.
I think he could take us to a great steakhouse in Texas. Don't you think?
100%. Trey Wasser is the CEO and a director of Dryden Gold Corporation. Their ticker symbol DRYGF. And he joins us here again. He could be the new most interesting man in the world.
He really is. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You know?
Are you a bachelor, Trey? Are you married?
Well.
Yeah. Okay. Enough said. That's okay. Sorry to put you on the spot. By the way,
I am not married, and I'm a theoretical bachelor.
yeah, I like it. Theoretical bachelor is a good thing. By the way, that's gonna be the name of my book.
Yeah.
Me and Trey are writing a book together called Theoretical Bachelor.
I have to start out saying I have never been first on the show, so I have never seen all of your intro.
Oh, silly! Oh, you mean our disclaimer?
There's disclaimers.
Yeah.
The disclaimer thing.
Yeah.
I feel like Groucho Marx here.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
This is why we get.
Why would I want to be a member of a club that would have me?
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's the deal. We need to get you in the studio, and we'll steal you for a whole hour. Hey, a couple of things. What's really interesting here is if we think in terms of your company and sort of why it's different. I think part of this thing, and I'm just going to say it out loud because as we're doing a documentary and it's going to turn into a series on gold and everything that's surrounding it, the youth of your company is really an interesting play, Trey. The fact that, you know, crusty miners like you, but I mean, you really do have a different paradigm shift at the way the company's sort of run and how it's being planned. Talk about that just a little bit, because your people are.
Well, look, the documentary, Sully, and we need to catch you up because it's been evolving.
I hear we're doing a series now, so listen, I'm ready.
But what we learned in talking with some late entrants from the Colorado School of Mines is, that the real message here is how mining in America really became a dirty word, similar to oil and gas over the last 10 to 15 years. And now all of a sudden we've realized that if you look around the studio, and if anybody listening looks around their room or office or wherever they are, everything that they are looking at came from some type of mining.
Yes.
And it's very important. And the fact, we got, the U.S. got a little over our skis, let's say, thinking that we could just import all of this stuff and that we didn't have to do that dirty mining in our country, in our backyards, so to speak, in NIMBA. And that's just not true. We need that. Now we've realized we need that security. I mean, it kind of started with COVID, but, now with just in general with critical minerals and everything else. And so we're realizing that there's a renaissance going on where the colleges and the universities in the United States and in Canada, for that matter, less so in Canada, but over the last 10 to 15 years, their programs declined 50 to 70%. And with entrance into mining engineering and geology, and to where a lot of about half of the universities lost their accreditation. And this can't go on because those who are working in the industry are retiring. So this has become much more about attracting and it to the mining industry. And while the first episode will be on gold, we intend to now visit all of the different minerals. Copper being very critical. Critical minerals are the rare earths, maybe even uranium, because we think but so the emphasis is going to be much more about where we were just going to focus on mining projects. We're now going to more focus on those universities.
Yeah.
The first one being the School of Mines, Colorado School of Mines. And each episode will feature a different university and what they're doing to attract and why they want to attract more entrants into these programs.
You know, it's interesting because when you and I first started talking, when you were running Ely Gold Royalties, which was sold in 2021, when gold was $2,000 an ounce, it was a bunch of, there wasn't the youth sort of breathing new life into this industry back then. Everybody you and I talked to and we talked about weren't coming fresh off of these university type things. And I think it's a real paradigm shift. What do you think it's going to do to the industry? Is it going to broaden out the industry because now, you know, folks that normally were going into technology are now going into this business because, let's face it, they're not making any more gold, and it's never going to be worth nothing, correct?
Well, and again, as I said, it's not just about the gold. We certainly we're focused on gold in the beginning because gold is very important and it's a
but the whole
money
district,
asset
the whole
and
district
everything
scale.
else. But I think that you know it's just very important that how and look, if you look at what some Meta and Apple even now. Everybody is looking at training people. These data centers that are going up, they don't just need, you know, NVIDIA chips. They need electricians, they need plumbers, they need welders, they need technicians that can, you know, rewire all these data centers. It's there's a whole renaissance of working class blue collar jobs that you know, as President Trump has really pushed to bring industry back to this country, you know, the one thing that's great, you can bring back the semiconductors, fabs, and auto manufacturing, but you have to have people that want those jobs. And unfortunately, everybody's gone to school to study, you know, English literature and not jobs.
It's so true. I mean, it's the same argument when you and I were kids. Trey, our parents used to say, learn a trade.
Yep.
Right? Learn to handle a paintbrush, swing a hammer.
Trades are back.
So on and so forth. And, well, the interesting part is there's a whole category of jobs that are back, including tailors, right? Including guys that are swinging hammers. And I think that's interesting, and I think that changes things. Real quickly, where are you guys at as a company in terms of scale and in terms of success here? And what are we looking at accomplishing for the rest of this year?
Well, look, at Dryden, we have a district scale property, 90,000 hectares. It's about the same size as all 5 boroughs of New York City, and it's spread out about the same way. And every borough has a different mineral type deposit on it. We've proved that now with our field testing and everything. We're now doing the drilling to prove up all of these. So we have, you know, a tremendous opportunity. Exactly what the major companies are looking for, this kind of huge scale district play that they can go in and explore literally for decades. And it's right on the Trans-Canada Highway. You don't see that. Normally, this kind of project would be, you know, up on the top of the mountains in the Yukon somewhere, and you'd have to be flying in with helicopters. You know, we drive in there in Toyota Camrys, which is what I rent to go to site.
The new mining vehicle.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, listen, we're looking forward to seeing the new and improved direction of this documentary that we're putting together now into a series. Yeah. And hopefully, you know, Trey and I are rich and famous and go on to Netflix history.
Love it.
And HBO history, and then we'll have we'll have a docuseries about Trey.
Why not?
So, buddy, thanks so much, pal. I appreciate your time, and we'll get you next week again.
Trey Wasser, CEO and Director, Dryden Gold Corporation, ticker symbol DRYGF.